around in this wild card race because nobody really took over at any point. They are 5-11 in their last 16. They have won 2 in a row, and I guess thankfully they were both over the Mets. But they are starting a 9-game road trip tonight in San Diego. It'll take them through a series with the Athletics.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches, a hand steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like a brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Will get the start Wednesday afternoon for the D-backs in that one. So it's a big series just because the Diamondbacks have been playing much better baseball and you want to keep it going. It's also a big series, though, because now there is a path to things getting really interesting for that final wild card spot in the National League. And it's baseball. You open that door the way the Mets are doing it, crazy stuff tends to happen, and the Diamondbacks would love nothing more than to be the team that walks through that door. Got a big one tonight, obviously. Got to take care of business in this one first. Nabil Krismat against Logan Webb. We've got Diamondbacks Giants coming up in just a couple moments with Chris Garagiola and Josh Colmenter on the call on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
Across the painted desert to where the mountains touch the sky. This is Sanderson Ford Country, where Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford Country, built on serving you. Sanderson Ford, satisfaction in everything we do. We're Arizona's pride. Sanderson Ford.
Baseball fans, time to change it up. The spotlight's on live shows. Talking Stick Resort is your go-to spot for legendary entertainment. Feel the country vibes with Winona Judd and Leanne Rhymes. Laugh out loud with Steve Trevino and Matt Matthews. And rock out with ZZ Top. Don't miss out. Talking Stick Resort, where the real game changer is the show. Grab your tickets now at TalkingStickResort.com.
It's a beautiful day at the grocery store. The shopper is rounding the end cap. Uh-oh, looks like there's some spilled tomato sauce. Here comes the slide. Oh, that's going to leave a mark, Bob. Talk about a curveball.
Clean up an aisle by.
At Morgan & Morgan, we know injuries can come out of left field. As America's largest injury law firm, we've recovered over $20 billion for our clients. If you've been injured in an accident, call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Welcome back to San Francisco. Let's go ahead and take a look at those starting lineups as we're moments away from first pitch. Starting lineups brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook. Download the app today and use code DBACKS when signing up. The D-backs back to 500, 72-72 on the year, leading off at shortstop. Geraldo Perdomo batting second at second base. Ketel Marte Batting third in right field, Corbin Carroll. And in the cleanup spot, catcher Gabriel Moreno. Batting fifth, designated hitter Adrian Del Castillo. Batting sixth at third base, Blaze Alexander.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade, you gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Emil Jimenez is calling balls and strikes this evening. The crew chief, Doug Eddings, is over at first base. Gabe Morales is over at second. And Mike Malinsky is the umpire over at third. It's 68 degrees, partly cloudy skies here at Oracle Park. The conditions are expected to get much cooler. And both teams are anticipating strong gusts of wind in the early to middle parts of this game. So right now, it's pretty calm. The flags are blowing out a little bit, but that's pretty normal for some evening baseball in San Francisco. You certainly pitched, also hit pretty well on it if you look at the highlights, but this is kind of par for the course whenever you come down this time of year to take on the Giants.
You'll get a little bit. It's incredible weather here in September. So much fun to pitch in this park. And the big thing that's happening for the Giants side is their offense has shown up. Of course, the D-backs offense has mainly been carrying them all season, and especially as of late, averaging over 5 runs. So we'll see what they can do against Webb here tonight.
Webb, 28 years old. He was an all-star this year. He's been an all-star now back-to-back seasons for the National League. He's not going anywhere. Signed an extension, 5 years, $90 million last year. That'll take him through the end of the 28 season. And like you said, this is a pivotal game. Both, I imagine, Bob Melvin, but also when we talked to Torey Lovello, described this as being a hugely important series, just given where we are at the year and what's at stake in terms of moving up the standings. We're ready for baseball. First pitch to Perdomo. A line shot right at the right fielder, Drew Gilbert. And the catch is made. 1 pitch, 1 out, and a tough break there for Perdomo.
It is. I think he caught Webb by surprise. He's kind of a sly smile as he gets a new ball from Patrick Bailey. Not expecting that one. So we'll see what he does because Marte also will swing early.
6:45, the time of first pitch. Right now, 68 degrees. And there's one down for Marte. Hasn't recorded a hit in his last 4 games. Switch hitter batting left-handed. And he takes a strike, bottom of the zone. They count 0-1. Still excellent numbers on the year. 283 average, 25 homers. And Marte has driven in 64. As Webb's 0-1 is just outside. Bailey tried to frame it for an extra second. Jimenez wouldn't take the bait. And the count even at 1-1. Home white unis for the Giants, black alternates for the D-backs. As the 1-1 is again just a bit outside. Once again, Bailey holding it for an extra second. 2-1 the count.
That's Bailey's forte. He's back there because he's so good framing the ball, but also throwing out runners. It's the defense, not the bat, that keeps him in the game.
A swing and a miss that time. Marte, he's been doing a lot of that lately. That's chasing balls out of the strike zone. That looked to be a back foot slider. And the count now all square at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Webb 13-9 on the season, making his team leading 30th start as Cattell takes 3 on the inner third. It's the first strikeout for Webb tonight.
Webb relies on the movement, and the fastball's right around 92 miles an hour, but such good movement on the sinker. He throws this one at Marte, brings it back in the strike zone, just locks him up, and that was picture perfect right there.
2 down now for Corbin Carroll. Had a home run over the weekend against the Red Sox. 74 RBIs. And getting closer and closer to that first ever 30-30 season in D-back history. 5 steals away as the first pitch from Webb is downstairs for ball 1. Webb tried the sweeper that time. Here's the 1-0. Carroll takes a strike. That one just kissing the corner. A pitcher's pitch. It's 1-1.
It's so hard to stay on that as a hitter. The ball's coming at you. You got to trust that it's coming back in the plate, but it's hard to pull the trigger.
Now Carroll swings, sends a shallow fly into left field. Adames, the shortstop, going out. He'll be called off by the left fielder Ramos, who makes the catch. And for Logan Webb, a very efficient 1-2-3, top of the first. We go into the bottom of the first inning. It is the Diamondbacks nothing.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches. A hand steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
From the Arizona Lottery. Oh, that's happening again. Since tickets are loaded with $1,000 prizes with explosive top prizes of $2.5 million. Plus, a second chance to win $1 million in the Players Club. Head to an Arizona Lottery retailer and play loaded cash explosion scratchers today.
D-Backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Bottom of the first inning, Nabil Crismat, 30-year-old right-hander native of Colombia, will face Elliot Ramos. And Crismat's first pitch is in there for a strike. That is something you're going to hear a lot as we talk about Crismat. Coley, a high percentage of thrown strikes in his limited time with the D-backs. The 0-1. Breaking ball missed outside the count, even a 1-1.
You know, when you pitch how he does, you have to throw a lot of strikes because you need to get swings at balls in the zone, especially that great changeup.
1-1 pitch. Ramos swings, fouls it away. And the count now at 1-2. 267 average, 16 homers, and 59 driven in. Ramos, not your conventional leadoff hitter, but he's got a nice blend of power and average. Bob Melvin wants to get Ramos up there as often as he can. 2 guys hitting behind him, really starting to heat up as well, and Rafael Devers and Willie Adames. We'll talk more about those two in a moment. As the 1-2 pitch, swing and a foul tip. Moreno hangs on, and there's a quick strikeout for Crismat.
He'll get a lot of swinging strikeouts, and that's that great changeup. He leans on that. It's so hard to stay back on it. The fastball's not overwhelming, but he can still get outs with it because it plays up so much because of that great changeup.
Well, Devers is starting to look like the guy that warranted a mega contract from the Red Sox. Left-handed hitter with a lot of power. He swings through the first fastball from Crismat, and he is behind 0-1. On the year, he just got to 100 RBIs, 31 homers. However, it's what he has been doing since the beginning of August that has been turning heads. He's been one of the most productive and dangerous hitters in all of baseball. Here's the 0-1. Devers reaches for it, taps it foul, and he's now behind 0-2. Devers was named the co-NL Player of the Week for the last week of August and has 12 homers in his last 34 games. As he swings and misses at another off-speed pitch from Crismat. That's back-to-back strikeouts for the crafty Colombian.
Who hasn't been striking out a lot of guys. He's been very effective with the strikeout rate down, but that changeup is Just such a weapon. He can throw it at any time, and he's got 2 strikeouts on it so far.
Adames homered on Friday. He's got 27 on the year, 78 RBIs, right-handed hitter, first of a 6-year deal with the Giants, and he will take inside from Crismont for ball 1. Kind of similar to Corbin Carroll last year. He won't be able to recover his numbers this year because of that first half, as the 1-0 is in the dirt. But the Giants are like the Diamondbacks. They've been playing some great baseball as of late. They've won 11 of the last 14. And if Adames can finish this year strong, he won't care about his first half. Here's the 2-0 now. Adames takes a strike. Well located. Fastball inner third. And they count 2 balls and 1 strike.
Crismont, like Webb, throws a sinking fastball. It's not great velocity. The movement helps.
2-1 on the ground, left side foul. Former Diamondback legend Matt Williams, the third base coach for San Francisco. He is joined over by Mark Hallberg, the first base coach. And Matty's still got the hands over there.
Lesser-known D-backs legend Mark Hallberg. We were in the same draft class way back in 07.
2-2 pitch. That one, a top spin line drive to left field. That's down for a base hit. McCarthy cuts it off, spins, fires to second. Adames trying for 2. And the throw is off target. It's a 2-out double for Adames.
On the changeup, too, way out in front. That's why he's able to dump it into left field. And he was searching for 2 out of the box, made a big turn. And McCarthy raced over, tried to get a strong throw in, but a little offline. Perdomo had to cut it off.
Here is Dominic Smith. Smith in his first year with the Giants. And the first pitch to him is just off the mark for ball 1. Smith last year split his time with Boston and Cincinnati. Primarily, though, was a Red Sox. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Smith breaking ball out towards center field. Playable. Thomas moving back. He's got it. And that'll do it for the Giants. They get a 2-out double, but they don't score. And we go to the second. 0-0. D-backs and Giants on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
At Frog, interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this. Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Let's see what he was. Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
Diamondbacks for the 12th annual Diamondbacks Race Against Cancer presented by Dignity Health Cancer Institute. The 5K run or walk is downtown at Chase Field on Sunday, September 28th. Register now at dbacks.com/race.
D-backs skipper Torey Lavello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Let's quickly pause 10 seconds for station ID and the Morgan & Morgan Diamondbacks Radio Network.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
Logan Webb working to Gabriel Moreno. As this first pitch is outside for ball one, alongside Josh Colmenter, Ilga Martin, our producer engineer, Ali Narini, our technical director. I'm Chris Garagiola. Thanks for joining us as the 1-0 is on the edge for a strike. Top of the second, no score. Nobody out as it'll be Moreno, Del Castillo, and Alexander. 1-1. Gabby Lookout takes 92 inside. And the count now at 2-1. Critical series for these two teams as the 2-1 swatted foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And yet for both of these teams a month ago, after offloading pieces at the trade deadline, they thought they would have no business playing relevant games in September.
Giants especially didn't see the offensive outburst that's happened over the last 25 games or so.
2-2. Outside ball 3.
That's what they were hoping for when they made that trade for Devers, insert him in the middle of the lineup, try to add a little more offense to this group.
This is a payoff from Webb. And that one is off the mark, ball 4. Nice leadoff walk, patient at bat from Moreno. And that's going to be a key for the Diamondbacks that provided so much success against the Red Sox, Cole. Being stubborn to the pitch in the zone. They limit the chase, they draw the walks, and that usually leads to runs.
Makes this team so frustrating if you're pitching against them, because when they really hone in on that philosophy, you have to throw pitches in the zone, and they'll lay off even close ones like Moreno did there and drive you nuts.
Adrian Del Castillo, first pitch, and he looks at a called strike. Limited opportunities in the homestand, only 2 for 7 with a couple of strikeouts, but starting to hit the ball hard again as this 0-1. Swung on and a bouncer foul, first base side. Del Castillo behind nothing in 2. One thing you will have to try and do if you are an opposing offense facing Webb is avoid the ground ball double play. Such a great sinker ball pitcher is Webb. The 0-2, high and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count.
Not many pitchers get that ground ball rate over 50%, and he's up near 58%, way above the norm.
That pitch outside, it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yet as good as Webb and the Giants have been, the D-backs historically have played the Giants very well. They have not lost a series in San Francisco since the middle of the summer in 23, as Del Castillo reaches for one and taps it foul. And like you said, they're going to face each other 6 times over the next 10 days. The previous matchup in Phoenix, these two teams split a 4-game series. Webb is ready. And the 2-2. Swung on, that one rope foul. And we'll do the 2-2 pitch in a moment once again.
Surprising so far for Webb in this inning, no changeups. He's been throwing a lot more sweepers this year compared to normally, but still relies on that changeup, hasn't broken it out.
Runner at first, nobody out, no score. Another 2-2, swing and a miss. And that time it was the changeup from Webb, and he gets his second strikeout.
Set him up perfectly there. He moved the ball in and out, a couple breaking balls, and then picked a perfect time to get that changeup.
Here is Blaze Alexander now for the Diamondbacks. He's made so many just exceptional, electric plays, particularly with his defense as of late as he swings through the first fastball. The offense been lagging a little bit behind as of late. Only 4 for 19 with 9 strikeouts in that previous homestand. Right-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher. The 0-1. And oops, check swing right back to Webb, almost like a bunt. Webb calmly picks it up and throws to first in time. Moreno does move to second. Now let's see if Alec Thomas can bring in the game's first run.
Thomas with 5 hits and 18 at-bats against Webb, and the key thing for him is staying on that ball sinking away from him. If he stays on it and could drive it up the middle or the other way, there's a chance to pick up a 2-out RBI.
Thomas has been scuffling lately. 249 average, 8 homers, and 35 driven in. First one to him is outside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Here's the pitch. That's outside as well.
Webb changes up the baseball. He guided the last couple pitches up there. Instead of throwing them with emphasis like he'd like, he's almost trying to place the ball in the strike zone.
The 2-0. Thomas thought about it. Check swing. No swing. Appeal down to third. That's Mike Malinsky. And a nice at bat here from Thomas, who's ahead 3 balls and no strikes. Now the pitch, and that one is in there for a strike. 3-1 the count. No score. Top of inning number 2. Dbacks, that runner at second, has a 3-1. That is going to be low, ball 4. Another patient at bat, and another walk issued here by Webb. His second this inning, and now 2 on for first baseman Ildemaro Vargas.
Surprising, too, for a guy who's in the top 5% for starting pitchers. The walk rate, he rarely walks guys. Been away from him a little bit. He's just fallen behind 2-0 and hasn't found a way to get back in the count.
The first one there is a strike. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Vargas swings. Hits a ground ball. Hits off the mound. Oh, it's bobbled by the second baseman, Koss. Everyone will hold. And an E4 is going to load the bases for McCarthy. It'll be his 7th error of the year at a fielder's choice. But a break there for the D-backs.
Big time. A ball not hit hard, but you're right. It kicked off the mound closer to Koss, who had to backhand it to get to first. Gets the ball in the heel of the glove, just can't squeeze it in time as it falls right out.
And now McCarthy hitting a .195 on the year. First pitch breaking ball is low. A lot of this action happening with 2 outs. Webb a pitch away, and yet D-backs are really making him work for it here. 32 pitches thrown by the right-hander. As this 1-0 swung on, that is barreled towards the gap in right center field. That's going to get down, and that might clear the bases. It nails the base of the wall. Moreno's in. Thomas is in. Here comes Vargas. Throw to third, not in time. 3-run triple, and the D-backs out of the gates early with a 3-0 lead.
I mean, they made that error hurt in a hurry. 2 pitches later, a hanging changeup off the wall in the deepest part of the park. I mean, you talked about him just guiding the ball in there. He's trying to throw strikes, and when you just guide the ball in there, it becomes very hittable. And that thing looked like a beach ball to McCarthy.
And with those 3 runs, the D-backs are safe at home with Blue Sky Pest Control, the official pest control provider for the Arizona Diamondbacks in Chase Field. And now you got the top of the order in Perdomo as he takes high and outside ball 1.
So the defense didn't help Webb out at either, a chance to get out of the inning, but he didn't help his cause either with those 2 walks.
McCarthy goes from 15 to 18 RBIs on the year as that one is on the corner for a strike. It's 1-1. Boy, that is big for the Diamondbacks. We talked about it so much as well the last couple of days against the Red Sox as the 1-1 is low. That really the team that could, get out of their own way was probably going to find a way to get a win. Both the D-backs and the Red Sox had a lot of defensive mistakes, and it was the mistakes on Saturday that cost Boston, and the mistakes by Arizona on Sunday that cost them a chance at a sweep. As the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, tied him up, low and in. And Perdomo batting from the left side, dealing with a 2-2 count.
What a stark contrast that first inning he just took 9 pitches to get through the top of the order, and he's going to be laboring close to 30 here in the second.
2 outs, a runner at third. Webb is ready. Here's his pitch. And that one sliced foul and out of play. A fielder's choice by Vargas to second. If Koss fields it cleanly, he flips to second. The inning is over. Instead, he bobbles. McCarthy triples. And now Perdomo with a 2-2 count. He swings and he fouls away another. This is a 30-pitch inning for Logan Webb.
Started with a walk, a 2-out walk. I mean, those are things that are no-nos. Any pitching coach will tell you. You can't have leadoff walks, can't have 2-out walks. He does both.
And he gets a strikeout here. Swing and a miss. Perdomo, a quick 0 for 2. But 2 walks, an error, and a 3-run triple by McCarthy sends us to the bottom of the second. D-backs 3, Giants nothing. The Morgan & Morgan D-backs radio network.
The D-backs take on the Philadelphia.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches. A hand steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not? Right?
He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's all
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
Here we go. This is a classic road jersey for Boston. This is the first uniform I put on when I came with Boston. When you see those 2 socks together, that's one thing I know I had to do. I had to make sure I had my red socks high, okay? My 2 red socks, because, you know, there's 2 here.
Impacting the world through cutting-edge aerospace technology and community engagement? If so, Honeywell Aerospace Technologies is the place for you. Visit www.honeywell.com/careers to check out all of the career opportunities and learn how to become a future shaper. And go Diamondbacks!
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app. Talking Stick Resort, Playcation is back. Stay and play with rates as low as $129. D-backs with an early 3-0 lead against the Giants. Here's Matt Chapman. The right-hand hitting third baseman takes a called strike. And count is 0-1. It was not too far away this time of year last year as Chapman takes a second strike. It's 0-2 when the D-backs were playing the Giants. Giants scratched him from the lineup the series opener. And we thought, maybe picked up an injury. Picked up an extension. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Chapman swings, fights off a little flare down the right field line. That is going to be a fair ball. And that is going to hold Chapman to a single. Looked like he could have maybe pushed it for a hustle double. But he'll take the hit, the leadoff man on, and here comes Drew Gilbert.
I thought for sure he was going to second. He made a wide turn. That ball checked up like on the green, and so Carroll had to run another extra 15 feet to go grab it. Landed so softly out there in right field.
Here is Minnesota native Drew Gilbert. Former 28th overall pick out of the University of Tennessee by the Astros. And the left-handed hitting Gilbert takes a called strike. Gilbert has bounced around, been part of a couple of trades. This is 0-1 from Nabil Krismat. Softly hit right side. Marte, jump throw towards second. Not a good one. And what a nice play by Perdomo. Short hop, made a backhand catch, got a bowl of spikes in his legs, and still held on for a force out at second.
He knew he was getting slid into and held in there strong. It took Cattell an extra half second to get the ball out of his glove, so he was throwing that ball on his way down, trying to make that cheater-ass jump turn, but get the leadoff out and try to get a double play ball here.
4-6 on that put out. Fielder's choice for Gilbert. Throw to first, and Gilbert is back in safely with a dive. D-backs have a 3-0 lead thanks to Jake McCarthy's triple, bases clearing triple. And that triple was our first hit of the game, presented by New Vision Auto Glass. New Vision and the Arizona Diamondbacks Foundation are teaming up to donate funds to veterans with every hit this season as part of the Hits for Heroes program. Jung-Hoo Lee, the batter. He looked at a strike. And now Krismat comes set. Is 0-1. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Lee, the 27-year-old left-handed hitting outfielder. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit sharply foul. When healthy, he's been a very impressive player. 11 triples this year. Doesn't have maybe a ton of power. Only 7 homers on the season. But he is going to play close to a full year. This is his 135th game after only playing in 37 games last year. Krismat ahead, 0-2. From the belt, the pitch. Swung on and hit high and deep to right field. Carroll is going back. Now he's got to back up. He's looking up, and it's gone. Jung-Hoo Lee's 8th home run of the season shaves the lead down to 1. It is now a 3-2 Diamondback edge.
He was way out in front of a changeup. He saw changeup, curveball. Everything's soft in this at-bat. And that one just missed down in that lefty sweet spot, where you either have to get it down below their barrel or above their barrel. And instead, that one was right in the middle, and just enough as that barely got over the Levi's landing sign in right field.
Wind is blowing a little bit out towards the outfield. Now first pitch swinging. Christian Koss. Fly ball is going to get down in front of Thomas. A shallow one-out single follows the 2-run homer. And both of these bottom parts of the offense is really getting it done here in the early going.
That's been a blessing in disguise for San Francisco. Is the top part's probably going to get their hits, but they've started to hit as a team, and that's a pleasant sight. But all of a sudden, we got a ball game again after they spotted Arizona those 3 runs in the second.
Here is Patrick Bailey batting from the left side. He takes off the plate for ball 1. Over the last 14 games, the Giants as a team are hitting .306. That is the best average in the majors. Here's the 1-0. And Bailey takes outside for ball 2. A couple of fastballs from Krismat. Bailey really struggling to produce offensively on the season. 3 homers, a .216 average. Here's the 2-0. Swung on, that is popped up. And Alexander drifting near the Giant dugout, reaches up, he makes the catch. And that is a foul pop out for the second out. And it halts this Giant momentum, at least for the moment.
Again, that one aided by that wind you're talking about. As that wind's blowing out towards right, helped the Jung-Hoo Lee ball get out, and then helped keep that ball in play as Alexander gets all the way and didn't have to lean into the dugout, but right up in front of the guys.
2 down, and back to the top of the lineup. Here's Elliot Ramos. Struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch, and he takes a strike. Krismat started him off with a curveball. Now, we see Diamondback pitchers do this a lot. Second time through the order. Little first pitch curve, try and steal a strike. As this 0-1, the fastball just missed. A little bit outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Especially Krismat. That's what the curveball is for him, is a steal a strike pitch. Not going to get a lot of outs with it.
3-2 D-backs. Ramos sends a fly ball towards the left field line. McCarthy with a running catch. Tracks it down. And the inning comes to an end. Oh, that saved extra bases. And the D-backs will go to the 3rd with the lead. Giants score twice on the homer by Lee. It is the D-backs 3 and the Giants 2 on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs radio network.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 450-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
To see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards. Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
Anytime we can put on these uniforms, the same ones that those guys played before us in the Negro Leagues, it's an honor to put it on and to share this field with them.
It's a piece of history, so I mean, to be able to wear it present day is honestly an unreal feeling.
Once the lights are on and the anthem takes place and you're standing there on the line, it'll sink in as to what this moment really means, because I do think it's a meaningful day.
The Los Angeles Dodgers return to Chase Field September 23rd for a 3-game weekday series. Secure your tickets for the matchup at Dbacks.com.
Dbacks Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
First pitch, Ketel Marte. He takes a strike from Logan Webb, who was probably hanging his head after giving up 3 runs at the top of the second, but energized after the Giants scored twice in the bottom of the second inning. It's 3-2. And now Marte takes outside. Ketel, 1 of 2 strikeouts for Logan Webb, first time through the order. From the left side. Now Webb into his windup, the 1-1. And Marte checked his swing, but accidentally foul-tipped it. And that'll cost him a strike. It's 1-2. One-two pitch. Grounded right side. Past both the dive of Smith and Koss. And it goes into right field for a leadoff single.
Marte rounds it all the way and was right next to Webb, who had started to run over to cover first. I don't know if anything was said. Webb didn't look back at him, but couldn't have placed that ball any more perfectly between the 2 diving infielders.
And now here is Corbin Carroll. Carroll flew out to shallow left field his first time up. D-backs trying to get right back on the front foot here. Here's the pitch. And that one is high. 1 ball and no strikes. It was such a shame yesterday, the D-backs losing that finale against Boston, beyond the obvious fact that it was a chance to gain some ground in the wild card standings. As the 1-0 is launched high in the air but foul left side. But from the manager's perspective and for many of the players, they beat themselves. They made uncharacteristic mistakes. The rundown, of course, when they looked like they had picked off Trevor Story, the ground ball throwing error at third. As Carroll takes a strike, it's now 1-2. Carroll feels like he's had a couple of calls go against him in his first 2 at-bats. Something to say for Emil Jimenez. And more on that injury to Locklear, if you haven't heard the news, as the 1-2 pitch swung on. That has popped up. It's playable. Left side of the infield between Chapman and Adames. It'll be Adames who makes the catch.
2 pop-ups now for Carroll. The one got to the left fielder. This one stays on the infield, and you're getting to Locklear. But another, Torrey was so frustrated with that because that's not how they play baseball, and he hadn't seen that from his team in a while.
Locklear headed to the injured list, and he has been replaced by Tim Tawa, who has arrived, active for the game today. Now Moreno, first pitch, line drive, that's into left field, a base hit. Marte will shut it down at second as the ball was just hit too hard. And now a couple of guys on base for Adrian Del Castillo.
There have been a lot of sinkers in the middle of the plate. He hasn't quite found the location, especially trying to get that backdoor sinker and the backdoor breaking ball. He's missing wide and then leaving it in the middle. Not a good combo.
D-backs fans score big game day meals at Fry's with savings beyond low prices, including digital coupons worth over $600 each week. Fry's, fresh for everyone. Del Castillo takes high and outside. And you're right, Logan Webb, he's thrown 51 pitches He's only thrown 31 strikes. Usually he's just so consistently in the zone. As now Del Castillo does take a bottom of the zone strike.
That's been the pitch he's missed today, is locating that sweeper.
2 on, 1 out. Well, the 1-1 is just off the corner. This is the second start that Webb has made against the Diamondbacks this year. You go back to June 30th in Phoenix, and Webb was awesome. And the Giants still lost. As now, Dell takes a generous strike. It's 2-2. 6 1/3 innings. Back then, he struck out 7, walked only 1 in 104 pitches. But like so many losses this year for the Giants, the offense was just non-existent. They lost 4-2. As Dell chases one out of the zone and is down on strikes.
He got 3 strikes with the sweeper to Castillo there. I don't think any of them were particularly in the zone. A generous outdoor call, and then this one just down. Del Castillo couldn't hold his swing.
Two on and 2 out in the top of the 3rd inning. D-backs with a 3-2 lead. Alexander takes a sweeper for a strike. He had a check swing comebacker his first time up. Looked basically like a sacrifice bunt to the pitcher. He is 0 for 1. Webb is ready. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a good take that time inside. It's 1-1. And it's not like Webb's sinker is one of these, super dominant pitches in the sense of Tarek Skubal, where it's got movement and it's got, crazy velocity. As that is going to be inside again. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Sits at about 92, 93. But the movement profile and his ability to have that pitch finish on the borders of the strike zone, that's what sets him apart. The 2-1. Alexander takes outside. That'll be ball 3.
This is looking a lot like the Moreno at-bat from last inning. He missed a couple inside, and then he tries to throw a perfect one on the outside corner, misses there.
Webb getting close to 60 pitches. Here's a 3-1. Alexander, big cut and a foul. He got one right down the middle and just couldn't quite square it up.
Again, that sinker, he's got almost has to throw it in the middle for it to be in the strike zone. He's missing arm side and glove side. And I thought for sure he's going to flip a sweeper in there. Wouldn't be surprised if he does that here.
Runner's going to be off and running. 2 outs. Webb, his 3-2 pitch. Alexander swings, grounds it into right field. That's a base hit. Marte rounding third. He's going to come home and score. The throw goes to third. He is safe. Throw to second, not in time from Chapman. Alexander extends the lead. He takes the extra base, and it's now 4-2.
And that's just a product of falling behind in the count. He threw him 5 straight sinkers, so he'd been a chance to see it, and then he gets the one in the middle, just goes the other way. Exactly what you have to do. There was a huge hole on that side of the infield. And then great base running on the other side, too. He saw that throw go over the cutoff man and sneaks into second behind that throw.
2 guys in scoring position for Alec Thomas, who walked his first time up. First pitch, that's too high for ball 1. At times, Webb is just dialed in with his location, but then at times, he just can't seem to find the edges of the strike zone. A 1-0. Thomas, deflects it foul and right back into himself.
Webb finally got that pitch to go away. A good changeup, and I need to see a little more of that as that sweeper just can't find the zone, and this same with the sinker. Umpire's going to give him all the time he needs.
He's ready. And the 1-1. Another swing and a soft tapper to the backstop. Count now in Webb's favor. It's 1-2.
Dugout was having a I feel your pain chuckle at that one.
One-two pitch. Grounded softly right side. Second baseman Koss has it. Quickly throws to first in time. The inning is over. But the D-backs get 3 hits in the third, including an RBI single by Blaze Alexander. We go to the bottom of the third. It's now a 4-2 Diamondback lead.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
The Arizona Diamondbacks.
Visit forthepeople.com or an office near you.
At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
D-back skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
D-backs Advantage members, you can earn 20 Advantage points when you enter the bonus word of the series into the Advantage members section of the MLB Ballpark app. Today's bonus word is fog. F-O-G. Rafi Devers leads off for the Giants. He'll take outside for ball one. Devers a strikeout victim his first time up. Prismat has been throwing the ball really well. 31 pitches, 23 strikes. As this 1-0. Ooh, just missed. 2 balls, no strikes the count. D-backs the 4-2 lead in the first of 3. As now Devers looks at a called strike. He wouldn't stop swinging his first time up, and now he can't seem to find a pitch he likes his second time up. Wide open stance from the left side as a 2-1. He thought about it, but he took upstairs. Devers, his front leg, which would be his right leg, is so far wide open, it is almost out of the batter's box. The 3-1. And that's going to miss ball 4. Leadoff walk. And that brings up Adames, who represents the tying run in the early going.
Something Prisma hasn't really done in his D-backs tenure at all. He's all around the strike zone, been very efficient. Just 2 different at-bats. 3 strikes and a strikeout the first time, 5 pitches here and a walk.
First pitch, swing and a miss by Adames. 0-1 the count. Adames with a 2-out double his first time up back in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a foul ball right off his front leg and rolled back to Crisbot. However, Adames is going to be behind here, 0-2.
And swung at 2 balls out of the zone. A curveball way off the plate. He swung and missed. That sinker well in off the plate. That's why he fouled it off of himself.
But to his credit, Adames quickly back in the box, ready to go. Crisbot trying to get something on the ground here as the 0-2. Strike 3 called. Fastball right down the middle, and Adames was expecting anything but.
Very surprised. He swung wildly at the first 2, and the one ball that's in the zone he takes. He definitely wasn't expecting that. I mean, that was right down the middle. He's going to go look at that pitch and maybe snap it back over his leg for not swinging at it.
Dominic Smith, he flew out his first time up, takes the first pitch outside, and they count 1 ball and no strikes. Giants really hoping that Smith can provide some much-needed power as he just absolutely hammers one out over Levi's landing and comes up just short of putting it in the bay for a game-tying shot. Well, that's what they're looking for, some power from Smith. And it's a 4-4 ball game.
You mentioned off the break, just giving up the one home run so far on two two-run homers. That a no-doubter, a hanging changeup, just like the one McCarthy got that he almost sent out of here. That one just flat in the middle of the zone. And, I mean, the way the D-backs score, the Giants have to keep pace, and they've evened it up.
One out, nobody on. 4-4 ball game. Here is Matt Chapman, who singled his first time up. First pitch, Chapman grounds it to short, and Perdomo throws on over to first in time. Vargas a good stretch. 2 down after the homer, and here's the right fielder, Gilbert.
One thing Krizma does is he does throw a ton of strikes. I mean, that walk got him there, but he's been so efficient. I mean, all of his outings with the D-backs, if he got to go to 100 pitches, he would have been very deep into these games.
Diamondbacks have an off day coming up this Thursday before they start a weekend set against the struggling Minnesota Twins. That will be, without question, the easiest remaining 3 games of the Diamondbacks schedule as the left-handed hitting Gilbert takes outside for ball 1. So, nothing to do with the Twins. But with that off day coming up, you might see an ultra-aggressive bullpen for the D-backs as Krizma missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes. I mean, they really might manage these 3 games like it is a playoff series.
That's a great point, and especially if he just banks in there, you expect Zach to be great tomorrow, and you could use your bullpen here and on Wednesday and hope Zach has a good one in the middle.
2 balls, 1 strike. We're tied at 4 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit out towards deep right field again. Carroll moving back, and he's got it. Now that's going to do it for the Giants offense. For the second consecutive inning, the Giants get a 2-run homer, this time from Dominic Smith. We're all tied at 4 as we move into the 4th on the Morgan & Morgan D-back.
Before he was feared on the field, Ronald Acuna Jr. was chasing wins on a different kind of field. For the Acuñas, el béisbol was a story told in fastballs and late-night rematches. Every loading screen was a part of the strategy. Smash de botones. Smash de jonrones. That's how La Bestia was born.
On Thursday mornings at 7:45, the Skipper joins Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30. Never miss another D-backs conversation when you subscribe to the Arizona Sports YouTube channel, Arizona Sports 98.7, and the Arizona Sports app, the home of Arizona Diamondbacks baseball.
D-back skipper Torey Lavello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Top of the 4th inning, and the D-backs and Giants are tied at 4. In this series opener is going to look at our monitor right now. Looks like I've got some rowing practice out there. Look out for the Sharks as that pitch is in there for a called strike. Bottom part of this order coming up for the D-backs, Vargas, McCarthy, and then Perdomo as Vargas twirls out of the way of a pitch that missed inside. Imagine it's going to be a lot of Vargas over at first base with the injury to Locklear. Swung on and a ground ball fair. First base line scooped up by Smith, and he will take it to the bag himself for the first out of the 4th inning.
First ball over there Smith's been able to get to. The Diamondbacks have been working that open hole on the second base. But this one down the line, Smith playing right there.
McCarthy spanked a 3-run triple back in the second inning to give the D-backs a 3-0 lead. And now the pitch here is taken all the way for a called strike.
We had a great vantage point on that one, and there's a huge gap in right center again for Jake, and he split the outfielders off the wall out there in deep right center.
0-1. Joe's bunt drops it right in front of the plate. Easy play for Bailey. Picks it up with a bare hand and throws McCarthy out.
The ball just deadened so much it didn't get out of the dirt and sat maybe 2 feet in front of home plate.
And this is what Logan Webb has been looking for after a stellar first inning. That's just another quick inning. Labored in the second, giving up 2 walks. Labored in the third, giving up 3 hits. The first 2 down, and here is the top of the order in Perdomo. He shows bunt, and he looks at strike 1.
For him to get back on track, he could desperately need a single-digit pitch inning like he had in the first with 9. It took him 55 pitches to get through the next 2.
Bases empty, 2 down. And here's the pitch from Webb. Perdomo taking all the way, takes a second strike right on the corner. And he is now behind the count 0-2. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count.
And just from watching Webb, you tell he can't just get in a groove and throw it where he wants. He's really fighting his mechanics or whatever to get the ball right where he needs it to be.
Just missed that time inside. Perdomo took it all the way. Perdomo, the only one nodding his head like, yeah, it was in. It's close.
He'd be the guy to know, too. It's hard to find a guy with better strike zone judgment than Jerry.
And he spoils a good 2-2 pitch to stay alive. Next pitch will be Webb's 75th. Webb is a workhorse. He can go over 100 pitches if need be for his team. Another 2-2. And another pitch that just missed inside, full count. Coley, nobody in Major League Baseball has thrown more innings than Logan Webb since the beginning of the 2023 season. He has 599 in the third innings coming into play tonight, as this one swung on and spoiled foul by Perdomo.
Yeah, coming in, he needed almost 22 innings to get to 200. That's a great threshold, but this could be his 3rd straight year leading the National League in innings pitched.
3-2. Strike 3 called. Perdomo guessed. He guessed wrong. The inning comes to an end. It is his 5th strikeout and a much-needed 1-2-3 inning for Logan Webb. We go to the bottom of the 4th, tied at 4. D-backs and Giants on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs.
Sometimes your calling doesn't shout. It hums. Like a lullaby floating through a warm night in San Pedro. Before he could walk, El Niño had already taken his first step toward greatness. For Fernando Tatis Jr., baseball wasn't just in the house because Papa was a pro pelotero. It hung over his cradle like a promise. Desde la cuna, El Niño ya tenía swing.
Tune up today.
At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
On the field, Krismont faces Jung-Hoo Lee to begin the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch missed way outside. D-backs 4, Giants 4. 1-0. Swung on, and that one stalled into the right field, a leadoff single. 2 at-bats, Coley. He's hit the ball twice really hard off of Nabil Krismont.
And again, hitting's contagious, and that seems to be the case for the Giants right now. They've been missing it for about the first 4 months of the season, but it's come on and has them right in the thick of this thing. That's why this game's so important.
At Dignity Health, our team of orthopedic experts can help keep you in motion. Don't let joint pain put your life on pause. Visit dignityhealth.org/AZOrtho to learn more. Now a line drive to right field. That's going to be caught by Carroll. Christian Koss went after the first pitch and hit a little slicer. There's one down for the 9-hitter, Patrick Bailey.
Chris Mudd will see a lot of that because he throws so many strikes. You're ready to go as soon as you step in the box. If there's one in the zone, especially a fastball, because that's the one you want to get. You don't want that changeup.
First pitch, Bailey takes outside. Bailey does have a little bit of thump. You can't just prove a mistake pitch and expect to get away with it. 1-0. Ground ball to short should be an easy 2. Perdomo races over to second for 1, throws over to first. It's a 6-3 inning-ending double play. And a nice bounce back for Chris Mudd. He faces the minimum after the leadoff single. And we head to the 5th, tied at 4.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a picture.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out, kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
Derek Hall joins Bigley and Murata Thursday mornings at 7:45. The Skipper joins Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30. Never miss another D-backs conversation when you subscribe to the Arizona Sports YouTube channel, Arizona Sports 98.7, and the Arizona Sports app, the local sports leader and the home of Arizona Diamondbacks baseball.
D-backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
We make our way to the 5th. And a good part of the lineup coming up for the D-backs. You can tell Marte leads off against Webb. First pitch, and Marte takes a nice-looking pitch for a strike. Might have been the changeup. It was off speed, only 83 miles an hour. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Got one right down the middle, and he missed it. 0-2.
That's one Cattell wants back, but the last time he started the inning, grounded a ball for a single, ended up scoring a run.
Now the 0-2. Marte reaches for it, fouls it away. Webb at the 80-pitch threshold now. And the D-backs are one, really good inning from knocking him out of this game and getting to that giant bullpen early on in the series. We're tied at 4 as the 0-2 pitch is reached for. And it's dropped into right field, a base hit. Marte, again, leads off an inning with a base hit. He did it in the 3rd. He does it here in the 5th. That'll bring up Carroll with nobody out.
The times he's had success against Marte, the swing and miss in this at-bat, the strikeout, it was that hard sinker. And then the 2 off-speed pitches now have gone for singles.
Well, Carroll looking to launch here. First pitch, he swings, sends a high fly, left field line, and that'll twist out of play. Injured in a car accident or slip and fall? We're batting over $20 billion and counting. We're Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud sponsor of the Arizona Diamondbacks. A quick peek at first as Webb comes set. is 0-1. Carroll, broken back ground ball to first. Smith has it, quickly goes to second for one, and no return first, as Carroll is just too fast down the line. The lead runner is gone, though, and there's one out for Moreno.
Good move by Adames to pocket that one. A lot of traffic over there with Smith trying to get back to first and Webb getting over there, plus you have the speed of Carroll. And it wasn't the greatest throw. That ball kind of rolled up Smith's hand. He threw a changeup. It took a while to get that ball to Willie.
Carroll with 25 stolen bases on the year. Bailey has thrown out 31% of base stealers. It's really back-to-back series for the D-backs, facing a tremendous throwing arm from an opposing catcher as Moreno takes a strike. Carlos Narvaez for the Red Sox actually caught Carroll stealing at second base on Saturday. And it looks like the D-backs have action up in their bullpen. Brandon Garcia is getting loose. Now Moreno takes a second strike. The count 0-2.
You were all over that. It could be an early move getting into that bullpen. I mean, all these games matter more than ever.
Chris Mott has thrown 50 pitches tonight, and he might be done.
He's not sitting down like you see most starting pitchers. He's standing up on that second step of the dugout.
The 0-2. Moreno fouls it away. I mean, not a great indication that he is getting ready for another inning of work. Big decision to make. There goes Carroll. 0-2 is high. Bailey's throw to second. Not going to be in time. Gets into center field. Carroll pops to his feet. Motors on to third. And he's in there safely. 26 stolen base for Carroll. 6th there of the year for Bailey. And the go-ahead run 90 feet away with one out and a 1-2 count on Moreno.
Now Carroll just 4 away from that incredible 30-30 mark. He got that big-time couple shuffle lead and then took off as soon as Webb raised his front foot. It would have been tough to get him, but Bailey had the pitch to do it. It was a high fastball.
1-2 now. Moreno, good take on a ball low. It is now a 2-2 count. You almost might see Webb try and get him to fish for a strikeout, knowing that he might give up a walk here, but set up the double play and have 2 slow runners, Moreno at first and Del Castillo at the plate. Here's a 2-2 now. Swung on, line drive to left field. Ramos is coming in. He'll make the catch. Carroll going to try and tag. He got a late jump. No, he holds. Probably a good decision. A late break for Carroll off third base. He shut it down, and he would have been a sitting duck most likely at home. As there are now 2 outs in this 5th inning.
Ramos did that perfectly, too. He had his momentum coming in, caught it, took one quick crow hop, and made a pretty good throw into the cutoff man.
It's going to have to hopefully come down to a 2-out clutch knock for Del Castillo. For the D-backs to retake the lead. Logan Webb, this next pitch will be his 90th. And the first one taken downstairs for ball 1. I'll tell you what, Emil Jimenez, for the most part, he's been on it tonight.
Especially with Webb, he's been trying to backdoor that sweeper all game and really hasn't been able to nail it.
That one is in there for a strike. Middle part of the plate, a little up in the zone. 1-1 the count. Carroll at third, 2 down. The 1-1 is going to miss outside. Chapman, the third baseman, playing deep off the bag. Carroll, in turn, getting a large lead. It almost looked like Chapman was trying to sneak in behind on that last pitch. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a foul tip. It's now 2-2 on Del Castillo. He's done a lot of that tonight, Foley.
The pitches all going down and away from him. The changeup and the sinker both. He's had trouble. He struck out twice. And no doubt Webb trying to fish for the strikeout here.
2-2. Just missed. Downstairs again as Carroll might have been in his peripheral, darting home. The impression that he was going to try and steal home.
He's toying with Webb for sure.
There's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He got him to chase a changeup again. And for the third time tonight, Del Castillo strikes out swinging. The D-backs strainer.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches and steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
Lower prices. Hand it to Fry's shoppers. You never compromise. Fry's. Fresh for everyone.
Daniels Jewelers is the official sponsor of the trip around the diamond. Stop by any Daniels locations and say home run for your free team bracelet and $50 gift card toward any purchase of $99 or more. And at Daniels Jewelers, everyone is approved for credit. Daniels Jewelers, own the dream.
D-backs skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
D-backs indeed going to their bullpen as we begin the bottom of the fifth. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Sanderson Ford. Best play at a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. Brandon Garcia, the left-hander, will first pitch. Oh, look out. Heliot Ramos swings and sends a screamer foul into the dugout. Garcia's made 5 major league appearances with 2 different teams. 2 with the Mariners, 3 with the D-backs. The 0-1. Well, that's a hard fastball that missed outside. Almost looked like Moreno was shaking out his hand after that pitch.
It's easy velocity. It just step and throw, nothing to it, and that ball jumps out of his hand.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Ramos swings and fouls it. In those 5 prior appearances, Garcia's given up 4 earned runs in 6 innings. It's an ERA of 6. The problem for him, 4 strikeouts, 5 walks, 9 hits allowed in 6 innings. 1-2. And that one is just going to miss the corner at 98 miles per hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count.
Most of that came in his second appearance with the D-backs against Detroit. And 1 bad inning where he gave up 4 runs.
The 2-2. And just missed inside. 3-2. Garcia, one of 2 pitchers acquired from Seattle in exchange for Josh Naylor. Ashton Izzy the other, as the 3-2 is again a late swing by Ramos. He's almost plucking this out of the mitt of Moreno.
And it's 7 or 8 miles an hour harder than anything he saw from Crismont. So it is a jump, but for 3 times in a row, him to be that late.
Garcia ready. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, first base side. It goes foul. Late again on 98.
He's getting closer to fair territory. 2 or 3 more fastballs, he might be able to tuck it inside the right field line.
Garcia, a native of Rhode Island. As the lefty is set, and the 25-year-old's payoff is weakly hit right back up the third base line. Moreno, bare hand pickup, spins, throws to first in time. Oh, that was sweet. What a throw by Gabby.
These catchers work on that, but it's a tough play to pull off. All your momentum spinning towards third base. You turn and have to throw that on the money. And he does it with a step to spare. Almost a little slow getting going out of the gate. And it took a perfect play for Moreno to get him.
That's our cool play of the game, brought to you by Chaz Roberts. Chaz Roberts serving you since 42. So when your family needs 4 generations of AC and plumbing know-how and expertise, remember, choose Chaz. An important guy to get if you're Garcia to start this inning. First batter efficiency. And now left-on-left matchup with Devers. And the first one to Devers is taken at the knees for a strike at 98. One out, nobody on. We're tied at 4. As the 0-1 swung on, ground ball left side, collected by Alexander. The throw to first in time. And let's pause 10 seconds for station ID of the Morgan & Morgan D-Backs Radio Network.
KMBP FM Phoenix.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
2 down for Adames. And Adames takes downstairs for ball 1. Grab your favorite Pepsi products this summer at Fry's Food Stores and score points with the D-Backs Rewards program. Points can be used for amazing merchandise, game tickets, and more. Visit friesfood.com/D-Backs for details. There's a strike. Backdoor slider, 90 miles an hour. I mean, you can see, Coley, where this kid is either going to fit wonderfully in this bullpen, or if the D-Backs tinker in the next couple of years, maybe try and introduce him into the rotation. As Adames fouls it back, it's now a 1-2 count.
Yeah, if you try to teach him a changeup or something to get him that 4th pitch, he's got 2 breaking balls, a harder one and a slower one, plus that good fastball. And being a young left-hander, you could do a lot of things with him.
Adames uses his timeout. He is 1 for 2 tonight. A double and a strikeout looking. And now Garcia ready. Here's the lefty's 1-2 offering. Swung on, and that one ripped into right field, a 2-out single.
At some point, big league hitters are going to catch up to the fastball and time it up. He's thrown 14 pitches this inning, just 1 breaking ball. And up and out over the plate, even at 100 miles an hour, as it says. These guys can catch up to it.
Two down for Dominic Smith, runner at first. And the first pitch is low. Well, as much as you want to try and limit the running game of Adames, which it's okay, 9 stolen bases and 11 tries, Garcia really needs to divert all of his focus to this left-on-left matchup. Swinging a foul that time, fastball at 97. I mean, if he locates a couple of heaters, drops in one of those breaking balls, you're on to the 6th inning with a game tied at 4.
I mean, ultimately, that's all that matters right here. Try not to focus on Adames at all. If he wants to go, let him. But he's got the sinker coming in to Dominic Smith and the breaking ball's going away. This is a great matchup.
Giants 4, D-Backs 4. And the 1-1. Breaking ball to beauty, swung on and foul tipped. And the count on Smith now at a ball and 2 strikes. I mean, you know, Coley, it's a serious velocity differential. We're talking 97 to 100 miles an hour with a heater. And then that off-speed pitch at 85.
And the great thing, he throws that harder, he calls it a slider, almost more like a cutter, just moves a little bit. And then he has the sweeper, bigger, softer one. And so just to have 3 different variances in speed really helps mess with the hitter's timing.
2 outs, a runner at first. We're in the bottom of the 5th. And here comes the 1-2 from Garcia. Reached for and just guided foul. Smith, everything was out forward on the fastball and just used the hands to foul the pitch away.
When he launched a homer his last time up, he said he's desperately looking for the power. The average has been there lately, but it's been a lot of singles, and they're looking for him to get a little more thump.
There goes Adames. The pitch is taken for strike 3, and the inning comes to an end. So Garcia works around the 2-out single, posts to 0 in the 5th, and we go to the 6th, tied at 4, D-Backs and Giants on the Morgan & Morgan Diamondbacks Radio Network.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a picture.
I remember the first series I had, the first home run I hit was a grand slam against Seattle, which was the team that I had played for the year before. As we know, Cleveland can get a little cold, so I would wear the dark blue long sleeves. And for some reason, this jersey, I always liked my jersey a little longer. The reasons for it, for a little padding, so when I would slide, I wouldn't get all patched up and roughed up.
Mornings at 7:45. The Skipper joins Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30. Never miss another D-backs conversation when you subscribe to the Arizona Sports YouTube channel, Arizona Sports 98.7, and the Arizona Sports app, the home of Arizona Diamondbacks baseball.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
They go to the top of the sixth inning. D-backs and Giants are tied at 4. As Blaze Alexander's going to lead it off for the D-backs against Logan Webb. First pitch. And a strike call. The count is 0-1. And the Alexander, Thomas, and Vargas for the D-backs. As there's a swinging ground ball third base side. That goes foul. And Blaze going to have to deal with a 0-2 count.
Webb now 29 starts on the season. 13 of those he's gone over 100 innings pitched, including a season-high 110. So you were on it. No doubt he could go over 100.
That's what Bob Melvin's going to be asking for here, if he can somehow get 6 innings from him. Just saw on the graphic as we came back from break that Jim Marshall passed away at the age of 94. Marshall, part of the original 1962 New York Mets. As the 0-2 is swung on and fouled away. He was also part of the Diamondbacks organization as a scout in his later years. When the Mets came to town, they actually had a celebration for Jim Marshall, who was able to be out there on the field as the oldest remaining member of the original Mets team in '62. He passes away at the age of 94. All of our thoughts go out to his family. There's the 0-2 to Blaze, and he could not make up his mind. Half swing, full strike, and another strikeout for Logan Webb, his 7th.
He's eclipsed 200 strikeouts now for the first time. We talked about the innings threshold, but he's really racked up the strikeouts, most in his career.
Alec Thomas 0 for 1. First pitch. And gently taps it foul.
This is a part of why he's been leading the National League in innings pitched. You get that chance to go over 100 more consistently. You get that extra inning or more.
The 0-1. Another swing and another soft ground ball foul. Thomas battling here behind the count, 0-2. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Thomas trying to argue that ball hit the dirt. And yes, it's going to be a foul ball.
It's one of my favorite moves that the umpire does. He looks at the ball to look for that dirt scuff mark, the telltale sign that the ball hit the dirt.
You can also see the ball mark in the ground.
Yeah, that one wasn't particularly close, but I do like when they pull it out. Look, oh no, that was a foul ball.
Another 0-2. And this one hit off the end of the bat.
Well, Webb's found a solution to just not throw the fastball. All changeups to Thomas so far.
Did he go? No, on a peel down to third. And Thomas makes it a 1-2 count. Logan Webb at 105 pitches. Likely going to be his last inning of work. And might be removed if the D-backs can get a base runner. A 1-2. Thomas takes low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He's really pitching backwards with these last few pitches he has. Threw all off speed, then the fastball to get the check swing strikeout. He tried to do the same to Thomas.
2-2. And will not chase that time. Another pitch missed down low. Webb's almost wondering what happened, what changed. He wouldn't stop swinging at the pitch down in the zone. And now he won't go after it. Full count here. And here's the 3-2. Swing, weakly hit right back towards the mound. It's picked up by Bailey, and the throw to first in time. Well, he went a long way. It might have been easier for Webb, but it was Bailey's play, and now 2 outs.
Webb walked all the way back, was going to pick up his catcher's mask to help him out, but you're right, he was more than halfway to the mound, had to throw it awkwardly, all of his momentum going away from first, and still get enough on it to get Thomas. Some fine defensive work from these 2 catchers.
Here's Ildemaro Vargas. Webb at 108 pitches. And Vargas takes just a hair inside. Good pitch, better call by the umpire. And the count at 1-0. Vargas reached on an E4 fielder's choice back in the second. Now he swings, breaks his bat, drops a fly ball to shallow center field. Lee on 2 feet, runs it down. And Logan Webb finishes his outing, retiring the final 6 he sees. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
You love the physical aspects of baseball, Taurus, and always revel in the joy of catching a fly ball or sprinting to the next base. This keeps you in great shape, so it's time to focus on the mental aspects of the game that might not get as much attention. Studying spray charts or reading pitcher reports will help you stay balanced and excelling on the field.
Folks, that right there is Decoy, the luckiest dog in the world. His owner is Shohei Ohtani, a myth of a man. A human who can do all this with a baseball is every dog's dream. 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, drool, 250-foot dingers, woof. He gets called a good boy in 2 entire countries. And I get Greg. I just hope all that fame doesn't go to his head.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
Find the right compact tractor for you at JohnDeere.com.
Purchase a Stranger Things special event ticket pack for Friday, September 19th and receive an exclusive hat and Dbacks versus Phillies game ticket. Get your tickets now at Dbacks.com/StrangerThings.
D-backs Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Maybe Matt Chapman to lead off the bottom of the 6th against hard-throwing lefty Brandon Garcia. D-backs and Giants tied at 4. Chris Garrettsville alongside Josh Colmenter. First pitch, and that one is fouled by Chapman. Now Chapman takes low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Another swing, another foul tip. Ooh, goodness, it got home plate umpire Emil Jimenez. And he is hobbling in pain.
Looks like it must have got him right on top of the knee. The part that the shin guard doesn't get.
Here comes the Giants athletic trainer. First base umpire Doug Eddings, third base umpire Mike Belinsky coming down as well. As we get a look now at our replay. And, right on the inside of the kneecap.
They're mostly protected. You'll see a catcher get it every once in a while, but he stays with most of his body behind Moreno. That's really the only exposed part. Moving around, he was bouncing back and forth like he was a shadow boxer for a second.
Little adjustment there is... Seems to be doing all right. He's got a smile on his face. While they talk to him, a reminder that City of Hope is revolutionizing cancer care with life-saving speed. Here in the Valley with dedicated experts, targeted treatments, and appointments available in as little as 24 hours. Learn more at cityofhope.org. Well, bottom of the 6th inning here. Both of these teams, very similar the way they played in this game. The way they played coming into this game, the biggest difference, we talked about the Giants' offense surging, while for the most part, the pitching and defense has really revitalized the Diamondbacks' playoffs hopes. But both of these teams come into this one with some bullpen hiccups. Justin Verlander watched a win evaporate in front of his eyes after the lead was blown on Saturday against the Cardinals. Jordan Walker with a walk-off hit. Now Chapman takes a heater up and away. It's 2-2. And the Giants could not find a win either on Sunday against the Cardinals. Another tough one-run loss. 2-2 pitch. Chapman thought about it, but he takes wide of the mark for ball 3.
With offense being a problem for most of the season, they've found themselves in more one-run games than any club the Giants have.
There's the 3-2. Chapman swings, pulls it foul. Giants got 4 scoreless yesterday from Kai-Wei Teng. 8 strikeouts. But unfortunately, at the very end of his outing, 4 runs squirted through. And the Giants were unable to respond. Even though the Giants went 4-2. in that week-long 6-game road trip. Back-to-back losses takes the kind of good taste out of your mouth. As the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped on the ground left side. Charging in Perdomo. Behind it, this is a low throw. It gets under the glove of Vargas. Had the chance to set his feet. He wanted to make the throw on the run, and he threw it low. And that is going to be an error on Perdomo. It'll be his 14th.
He had to throw that one weirdly as well, too, because it took him a couple extra stutter steps to get that ball out of his glove. And so instead of throwing off of his right foot like he probably hoped to, he ended up having to throw it off of his left. Threw it right into the ground as Vargas tried to scoop that one out.
And that's just the inexperience of Vargas over at first base. As we're going to see a pinch hitter, looks like Luis Matos has made his way to the on-deck circle, and he will hit in place of Drew Gilbert. Infield now congregating on the mound, and I wonder here if the pitching coach will soon follow or not. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case.
Dbacks have had DeSclafani out there, so I mean he can throw against righties or lefties. I wonder when that move might be made.
One on, nobody out. Right-handed hitting Matos facing left-handed throwing Garcia. 4-4 ball game. First pitch, Matos takes a heater inside. Ball 1. 95 in off the plate. Matos on the year, a .227 hitter. Does have 8 home runs. As this 1-0 is what looked to be maybe a changeup in the dirt. Pitch he doesn't throw that often. And they count now at 2 balls and no strikes.
That pitch hasn't even registered on his Baseball Savant page. It's just the fastball and the breaking ball, so that really might be the first one.
Here's the 2-0 now. Way outside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes, the count with Jung-Hoo Lee on deck.
We mentioned that in his last inning of work, but that could be something they have him really work on in the offseason to bring into spring training, is that changeup. Something that goes the other way.
Here's the 3-0. Matos taking all the way, looks at a strike. Very top of the zone. Not much of a lead for Chapman. Vargas holding him on. Marte pinched up the middle, so the right side of the infield, it almost looks vacant with how large that gap is. The 3-1, swinging a foul tip, and that one got a piece of Emil Jimenez again. More of a gut shot. Full count. Big pitch coming up here. Full count. Garcia ready. And a payoff. Low, ball 4.
They put Chapman in motion, and he got such a late break. If that was a strike, it would have been the easiest strike him out, throw him out you could possibly have.
But a walk follows the error. And the D-backs have put themselves in a world of hurt. 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the 6th, a 4-4 ball game. And now here comes the pitching coach, Brian Kaplan.
DeSclafani's ready for sure, so this is just making sure they know what to do because they want the left-on-left matchup. And then I would imagine after that, DeSclafani comes into this game.
Lee against Krismat. The 2-run shot in the second. That made it a 3-2 game after the D-backs had scored 3 runs in the top of the second inning. And then he had a single to lead off the 4th. However, a couple batters later, it was wiped away on a double play ball by Patrick Bailey. It's the bottom of the order right now for the Giants. Once you get past Lee, the 7-hitter. I imagine the D-backs want to keep Christian Koss in that lineup. So Garcia might have enough runway for a couple more hitters. The first one. Lee squares to bunt, drops a high bunt down, and it's bobbled by Moreno. Everyone's going to be safe.
Well, you said it right there. That ball went straight down, took a high bounce. Moreno trying to make a short hop play, catching that ball as soon as it bounced back up off the dirt, unable to do so. And he would have had to make that grab, wheel, and turn against a much quicker runner in Lee.
It almost looked like for a second he wanted to go to third base. And then, as he was spinning, tried to course correct. And that is going to be it for Garcia. An error, a walk, and another misplay. And the Giants have loaded him up with nobody out. Call on the bullpen brought to you by Sanderson Ford.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands. Aaron signs every autograph and tattoos every baseball. Aaron foots the bill. They rob you blind. Aaron's a good guy, the best. Unless you're a pitcher.
Here we are, Arlington, Texas. This is the Graham Slam Burger. So 2 patties, brisket, caramelized onion, American cheese, ranch aioli, or ranch mayo, if you will.
Oh yeah, we're in Texas.
Yeah.
It's something that you definitely want to take a picture of and just put on the gram. I took a bite of it, but it still looks dope.
It's a burger that looks great, but also delicious.
R&B event of the year. For more, visit chrisbrownworld.com.
D-back skipper Torey Lavello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
For the first time since August 12th, Anthony DeSclafani finds himself on a mound pitching for the Diamondbacks. The bases are loaded with nobody out. Here is Christian Koss. Infield is in for the D-backs. Right on right matchup. First one from DeSclafani outside, ball one. DeSclafani, who was a former San Francisco Giant. Spent 3 seasons in San Francisco. Very familiar with this park. 1-0 pitch. Koss swings and fouls it away. And the count at 1-1. D-backs have made several mistakes in this inning that have allowed the Giants to load the bases with nobody out, and they're hoping a ground ball can kind of get them out of their own way. As this 1-1 pitch is lined into right field, a base hit. That's down the line into the corner. Chapman is in. Matos is in. They will hold the runner Lee at third. And for Koss, it's a 2-run double. Giants lead at 6-4 with still nobody out.
DeSclafani went with the sinker to get that ground ball you were hoping for. Try to get it at somebody. Koss's swing is just so short and to the other way. And that's all he was trying to do, was get something he could hit in the outfield, I think to the other side, and lines this one all the way in the corner.
RBIs 19 and 20 on the year. And then an error and walk both come home to score. Infield remains in. Here's Bailey. Swings at the first one. Sends a high fly ball left center field. It's McCarthy behind it. Lee's going to attack from third. The throw goes into third. And the sac fly extends the Giant lead. It's now 7-4 San Francisco.
Exactly what you're trying to do. Get a pitch that you can lift in the air. You got a first pitch curveball. Plenty deep enough. And a great job by McCarthy getting it to third. And keep Koss out there at second base.
Top of the order now, and Ramos. Here's the pitch. Ramos takes outside for ball one. One ball, no strikes, the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and belted. High and deep left field. McCarthy not even going to bother. 10 rows deep. Left center field, 17th of the year. And the Giants have just blown the doors off this one in the 6th. They now lead at 9-4.
Everything we read about the Giants coming in is the offense has turned it around. They figured out how to put runs on the board, power strokes back, and until seeing it, you just don't expect that from this Giants club, but they've been swinging tonight.
Here is Devers. And Devers going to take low for ball one. Unfortunate for DeSclafani, his first action in almost a month. And he gives up a 2-run double and a 2-run homer. A 1-0 inside to Devers. And that is going to make it a 2-ball, no strike count. And now Devers takes a called strike, 95, bottom of the zone. DeSclafani was dealing with a thumb issue that first kind of popped up in his outing against the Padres. That was back on the 6th. As now Devers takes downstairs for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. That's when he first kind of alerted the medical staff that something wasn't feeling quite right. And then in his next outing against Texas, really gutted through 3 innings, but it became a problem as this one swung on and fouled away. And I remember talking to him back in Phoenix a couple days ago, is it something on a particular pitch? And he just said, old man injury. You just get close to 35, all of a sudden the parts just aren't working the way they're supposed to. Here comes the 3-2 now. Reached for, that is skied in the air. Still got it to fairly deep right field, but it is going to be caught by Carroll. And now 2 down for Adames.
Got him so far out in front of a split finger, he almost lost the bat. DeSclafani's got to settle in because now going to the bullpen early helps to have some length here, but they're going to probably look to DeSclafani to finish this game or get it into the 8th or 9th.
8th batter to come to the plate this inning. Adames sends a fly ball to deep right field. Carroll onto the warning track and in front of the wall makes the catch. The inning is over. D-backs set themselves up for some trouble with the error in the walk. The 2-run double by Koss, the 3-run homer by Ramos. It's a 5-run.
Before he was feared on the field, Ronald Acuna Jr. was chasing wins on a different kind of field. For the Acuñas, el béisbol was a story told in fastballs and late-night rematches. Every loading screen was a part of the strategy. Smash de botones. Smash de jonrones. That's how La Bestia was born.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
To watch select Friday home games on 12 News. It's all followed by 12 News at 10 for the latest developments across the state. Stream D-Backs on deck, then catch up on breaking news, weather, and exclusive content. All available anytime on 12 Plus. It's baseball season in Arizona. 12 News, the official broadcast home of your Arizona Diamondbacks.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
The Giants are going to go into their bullpen now that they have a 9-4 lead in the 7th inning. Joey Lucchese, the left-hander, called the bullpen, brought to you by Sanderson Ford. West Point, a new Ford is at Sanderson Ford. Logan Webb just gutted through 6 innings of 4-run ball. Didn't have his best stuff, but still almost gave his manager close to 110 pitches. And now that the offense finally responded and capitalized on a couple of D-back mistakes, Bob Melvin can avoid using his high leverage arms in this opener. First pitch, McCarthy rolls it over to first, and Dominic Smith wins the foot race to the bag. McCarthy 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the 7th.
Against Joey Lucchese, he's one of the more awkward guys you're going to face. A lot of movement and herky-jerky in the windup before he delivers the ball.
Matos, who pinch hit for Drew Gilbert, remains in the game to play right field for the Giants. And now the pitch to Perdomo, and that one is zipped in there for a strike.
You're right, the Giants had to lean on Webb today. Matched a season high with 110 pitches. They know every game matters right now, too.
Lucchese out of the windup and the 0-1. Swung on, hard hit. 2-hopper to second. It is Koss who fields and throws to first in time. 2 down. It is well documented the Diamondbacks last year had to wait on the Monday after the regular season to watch the Mets and the Braves play a doubleheader. Whoever won the first game of the doubleheader, the D-backs needed that team to win the second game of the doubleheader. If that had happened, because of tiebreakers, the D-backs would have been the ones to go to the postseason. Well, the Mets, they did win that first game over Atlanta, as that one is a strike called. And naturally, the Mets rested a lot of their star players. It's going to be a long flight out west to take on the Padres. And it was Joey Lucchesi who started the second game and actually pitched a really fine effort as Marte swings and fouls it away. I mean, Lucchesi gave Diamondback fans hope with how well he pitched. But once the Mets had clinched their offense, they had already quit. And unsurprisingly, unable to score. It was Atlanta, as we all know, who would win the second game and be the D-backs left wondering how they left a 3-game lead with 7 to go. Slipped through their hands. 2 outs, the 0-2 pitch. Marte, big swing, fouls it away. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 7th, and the Giants now have a 9-4 lead. They have outscored the Diamondbacks 7-2 over the last 5 innings. Now a swing and a line drive into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Patel is aboard with a 2-out single. That brings up Corbin Carroll.
He's making up for the last 4 games, going hitless. 3 singles, all on off speed. A changeup and a sweeper off Webb and a hanging breaking ball there from Lucchesi.
First pitch, Carroll. And he takes outside for ball 1. Swing and a foul right off the mask of Edwin Jimenez. There's been just a pinata back there.
No one knocked the mask clean off. He got that one flush. Knee, stomach. Now a mask shot.
One and one on Carroll. D-backs, they're going to need some slug if they're going to get back in this game. They've got 7 outs to spare. They're going to find a way to make up a 5-run deficit. Lucchesi ready at his 1-1 pitch. Is zipped in there for a called strike. And Carroll's behind here 1-2. One-two now. Carroll, late swing, fouls it away. Well, Lucchesi tried to advertise his own off-speed pitch, the Churve. A change-up with curveball shape. Didn't quite hit the markets that maybe he was hoping for, but it seems to be what Carroll is trying to snuff out here. That's just 1-2. Swung on. And again, fouled away. Stick with the hard stuff. That was a well-located fastball. 94 inner third. Still a ball and 2 strikes.
All sinkers right around 94 miles an hour to Carroll. He does throw that curveball hybrid. That's really the only breaking ball he throws.
Another 1-2. There's the Churve, a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And the inning comes to an end. D-backs get a single, don't score. Stretch time in the Bay. And the Giants with a 9-4 lead over the D-backs on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs radio network.
This Labor Day, celebrate family, fun, and the free...
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd bowl in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
Weekend Series starting September 19th. Secure your tickets now at Dbacks.com.
Dbacks Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Arizona Diamondbacks. They may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Seventh inning stretch brought to you by Arizona Complete Health, transforming the health of the community one person at a time. One pitch and one out for Dom Smith. Here in the bottom of the seventh, rolled it over to first. 3 unassisted. That'll bring up now the third baseman Chapman.
First appearance in a month, but DeSclafani can run it up to about 50 pitches, so unless something changes in the score, I imagine he has this one and the 8th.
Chapman has reached twice, once on a single, once on an error. And now he takes a called strike behind the count 0-1. Chapman, fresh off of serving a suspension after a little dust up against the Rockies. Kyle Freeland took exception to Devers' reaction to a home run. And Devers never exactly been accused of being fleet of foot. Took his time getting to first base. When he saw Freeland, the Rockies pitcher, this is the first inning, mind you, second batter of the game. Now he swings and sends a deep fly ball to left. McCarthy headed towards the wall. It is gone. Second home run allowed by DeSclafani. And the Giants have hung 10 on the Diamondbacks. It is now 10-4.
The slider that he barrels up gets it a couple rows over the left center field wall. In the wind a little bit blowing out, but a warm night here in San Francisco. Usually this place is a dead zone for fly balls, but they're getting out of here tonight.
That is the fourth home run the Giants have hit in this ball game. All 4 have come in different innings. The second, the third, the 6th, and now the 7th. And the first pitch to Luis Matos is a strike. Anyways, just to finish that point on Chapman, as the 0-1 is in the dirt, Devers basically got to first, and then when he saw Freeland jawing at him, instead of continuing to run the bases, just went straight to the pitcher. Now, they were just arguing. And then Chapman came from the dugout and pushed Freeland from behind, who didn't see it. Well, that just sparked the whole fracas. And then he and Willy Adames both got ejected from the game without even having an at-bat. Game just got started. They were like 4 minutes in. Not even. Hit the showers. Swing and a miss. And check the ball. Nope, foul ball. Freeland was also ejected from that game, mind you. So the biggest winners were probably those who were responsible for washing their uniforms. Just go ahead and hang it up, let it air dry, and ready to go for tomorrow. Missed outside to DeSclafani. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count.
And now put that one in the scouting report. Give up a solo home run to Devers, jaw at him, get the 3 and 4 hole hitters kicked out, and go on with the game.
2-2. Swing and a miss. And Matos strikes out, 2 down, and that brings up Jung-Hoo Lee.
Well done by Moreno and DeSclafani to go back to the breaking ball. He looked silly several times. No sense trying to get cute. Just stick with what works.
First pitch, hard hit ball. Marte snags it on a bounce and throws to first in time. The inning comes to an end, but the home run by Chapman sends us to the 8th. And the Giants have extended their lead. It's now 10-4 San Francisco.
Sopita en polvo con el mejor sabor. Tú y Maggie, el secreto del sabor dominicano.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I'd roll in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
And what do we got? Oh, it's one of those parabolic mics. This is one of the sillier delays that I've seen.
Gino Hackett on his heels, a little high. It's airmailed into right field. Heath at third, backpedaling, and he can't make the catch. That was awkward.
Right, a little trickeration over the field for it. It's worth a shot. Why not?
Oh, that's funny. Wait till they mass market him, like the Grimace.
Yeah.
Trusted the doctors at Disc, and that pain I had disappeared. Here I was thinking I might have to live with that pain, maybe for the rest of my life. Not the case. If you're suffering from back or neck pain, give Disc a chance. You won't regret it. Visit sciatica.com or text SPINE to 620-620.
Message and data rates may apply. D-Backs skipper Torey Lovello talks with Burns and Gambo Friday afternoons at 2:30 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Talking Stick Resort Playcation is back. Stay and play with rates as low as $129. New pitcher for the Giants is right-hander Tristan Beck. Beck, the 29-year-old from Corona. Played his college ball at Stanford. Originally drafted by the Braves. Here he is now in his 3rd season, all of them with the Giants. Now the first pitch to Moreno is a strike. D-backs in a world of hurt right now. They're trailing 10-4 as the 0-1. Swung on, that is crushed. High and deep left field. Ramos giving a courtesy look, but that thing is out of here. And the D-backs able to scratch one back thanks to Gabby Moreno's 8th of the season. A solo shot. It's now a 10-5 ball game.
Moreno on base 3 times now, like Marte. He's been locked in tonight. Got a hanging breaking ball. There's 3 different breaking balls you can get from Beck. He got the slowest of them and hit it out of here.
Oh, that trip around the diamond. Stop by any Daniels Jewelers and say home run for your free team bracelet and $50 gift card toward any purchase of $99 or more. Daniels Jewelers, own the dream. An encouraging sight to see, no doubt, but much more work needed here for the D-backs if they're going to pull this one off. Del Castillo, he takes the first pitch high. 1 ball, no strikes. There's the 1-0. That one swung on, and that one hit well. Right field and deep. Matos towards the wall, makes the catch right at the base of the 365 marker in right center.
It's hard to hit a ball that far out there and not get a hit. It usually goes off that big brick wall, if not over it. And it's about all Matos could do if he can't reach much higher, and that ball would have been a hit.
And if that's it about 5 feet further, Lee was kind of headed in that direction, but he was shaded so far away, he wasn't actually backing it up. As Alexander swings and misses, that hits off the wall. That's an easy 3 for Del Castillo. And instead, there's one out, nobody on for Alexander. And back his 0-1 pitch. Swung on and sliced foul out of play. Well, we thought this game had critical importance. But if the D-backs are unable to score 6 runs with their final 5 outs, tomorrow's game has the weight of the world for the D-backs. The 0-2 pitch now from Tristan Beck. And that's outside. Oh, it's called a strike 3. Wow. 98 with a paintbrush.
If Jimenez gives a little bit, it's on that outside corner. He's all over the inside corner to both righties and lefties. And he'll give just a shade off that outside corner sometimes.
But make no mistake, Emil Jimenez balls and strikes have been almost flawless tonight. Thomas goes after the first pitch. He pops it up to short. And Adames, 2 hands, makes the catch. The inning is over. D-backs get a leadoff homer and nothing more. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, where the Giants lead at 10-5 on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
Shohei Ohtani doesn't make any sense. A hitter that pitches. A hand steals bases. No way. A living legend who's this humble? No way. Ohtani isn't a one-way player or a two-way player. He's a no-way player.
And right before the game, they said, no, you got to stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
Daniels Jewelers is the official sponsor of the trip around the diamond. Stop by any Daniels locations and say home run for your free team bracelet and $50 gift card toward any purchase of $99 or more. And at Daniels Jewelers, everyone is approved for credit. Daniels Jewelers, own the dream.
The Arizona Diamondbacks play here. Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
Don't forget, on Friday, September 19th, stick around after the D-backs versus Phillies matchup and enjoy an 80s-themed post-game fireworks show presented by SeatGeek. Get your tickets now at dbacks.com. Well, the Giants in the driver's seat in the series opener. They have a 10-5 lead. Bottom of the 8th, Christian Koss swung through the first DeSclafani offering. There's the 0-1. Koss takes slow and outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. We talked about the importance of tomorrow's Game 2 in this 3-game series. Zach Gallen, his post-trade deadline redemption tour continues, as this is a ground ball to the 6-hole. Tough play for Domo. Quick throw to first, and just in time to get a hustling Koss.
Perdomo really couldn't get anything on that. Just threw a lollipop over there right on target, though, as all of his momentum was going towards third base.
Here is Bailey. Here's the pitch. Bailey goes after it, fouls it. D-backs, they cannot have a losing week for the rest of the year. And here we are, September 8th. You have 3 weeks to go in the season. It's okay if you lose this first one. Obviously, every loss is going to hurt a little bit. There's the 0-1. It's cute foul, but you you lose a series, and the only way you make up for it is multiple sweeps.
You have to at that point, hey. Especially losing this one. You put yourself behind the 8 ball. A team gets to go ahead of you even further in the standings.
The 0-2 and low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hard to throw the word ace around with this Diamondback rotation, given the fact there have been so many injuries and inconsistencies. But the way that Gallen has been throwing the ball since the trade deadline, his results have made him look like an ace once again. As this is swung on, hit high, deep down the right field line. Carroll near the wall, gone. Into Levi's landing. It's another home run for the Giants. They have teed off on DeSclafani tonight. It's just Bailey's 4th, and it's now 11-5 San Francisco.
A high splitter. It stayed up in the zone. Bailey got it on the sweet spot, but he sent that so far up in the air, it was hard to tell if it was going to carry out of here.
Fifth different Giant with a homer. Ramos had a home run in the 6th, a 3-run shot. And he takes the first pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. DeSclafani, his 1-0. Swung on and pulled foul into the camera well. Look out. 1-1. But the advantage the Giants had in this one is they had their ace going in Logan Webb, and even though the Diamondbacks really did a nice job against Webb, really grinded him down, they could not stop the offense. There's the 1-1, swing and a miss by Ramos, and he's now behind 1-2.
It was a grinded out 110 pitches to get through the 6 innings, but his final line, 5 hits, 4 runs, just a 1 earned, 7 strikeouts. 2 walks did come back to get him as they both scored.
Swing and a miss once again, and Ramos strikes out for out number 2.
So both teams needing to come in here playing crisp baseball. There's a big air, 2 outs, the second to let the D-backs jump out, but then an air the D-backs own to lead off the 6th, and that just started to open the floodgates. That's the inning that really got away from them.
I mean, Torey Lovello, the coaching staff, I'm sure the players as well, they're going to look at these last 2 games and the last 2 losses, and hard not to think about the errors and just how big of a role they played. Because the D-backs follow that error in the 6th with a walk. You're able to get a couple outs there. You don't misplay the swinging bunt, actually the actual bunt by Jung-Hoon Lee. No runs score. That 5-run inning doesn't happen. And all of a sudden, it's a 6-5 game. And here we are, 11-5, 2 down, bottom of the 8th. 2 balls, no strikes on Devers. Devers trying to get his as the 2-0 is swung on, line to center field, right at Thomas, who makes the catch. And that'll do for the Giants. Another run on another homer, this one by Bailey. We go to the 9th. Last chance for the D-backs. They need 6 to tie.
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also
the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands.
Aaron signs every autograph
and tattoos every baseball.
Aaron foots the bill.
Then robs you blind.
Aaron's a good guy, the best.
Unless you're a picture.
team bracelet and $50 off any $99 purchase. Visit danielsjewelers.com/baseball to get your voucher. That's danielsjewelers.com/baseball. You can redeem at any of the 100 Daniels Jewelers stores nationwide. Own the dream with Daniels Jewelers.
Dbacks Front Office Focus, Wednesday mornings at 11:45 on Arizona Sports 98.7 and the Arizona Sports app.
It is the top of the ninth inning. Last chance for the D-backs. Ildemaro Vargas leads off. D-backs trail 11-5. At first pitch, Vargas takes 95 off the outer third. D-backs fans, you can watch all D-back games in market, both live and on demand, for only $19.99 a year with Dbacks.tv, presented by Progressive. Subject to national exclusivities. Visit Dbacks.tv for more information. Ground ball to short. Jump throw by Adames. Not in time. And that'll be an infield hit. We'll pause 10 seconds for station ID in the Morgan & Morgan D-Backs Radio Network.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
On the Arizona Sports app and on 98.7.
A good start to the inning. Right now the Diamondbacks, there's a few goals they'd like to try and check off in this inning. Obviously, take the lead being one of them, as that is a pretty hefty task. McCarthy takes the first pitch strike. It's 0-1. But if you can get back out of this game, force another reliever to be used, there is some value in that with 2 games to go in this series. That is the 0-1. McCarthy takes a second strike on the corner. And we count 0-2. McCarthy had a 3-run triple back in the second inning. Since that second inning, the D-backs have scored twice. 0-2, and it's down. Nice take there. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Get a little rally going, knock back out. Who knows what happens, but some momentum would be great to carry into tomorrow's matchup.
1-2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The thing is, if McCarthy can get on, you got the top of the order up with 2 on and nobody out. And you're a home run away from being right back in this game. And when this D-back offense both starts to catch fire and some belief, as McCarthy swings and fouls it, it almost feels inevitable that they're going to put up a 4 or 5 spot. McCarthy 1 for 3. He's got the count back to even at 2-2 as Beck delivers. Swatted foul. Good pitch, good swing. McCarthy stays alive. Giants will have the lefty Robbie Ray going tomorrow. I'm sure the D-backs will try and get as many of their right-handed hitters in there as possible. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called.
Beck has a really good fastball. He throws across his body a little bit and locked McCarthy up with one on the bottom part of the zone.
Top of the 9th inning, 1 out, 1 on for the D-backs. They're down by 6. And Perdomo takes outside for ball 1. Giants 12 hits in this ball game. Of their 12 hits, 5 of them were homers, as that one is launched high in the air. Medium depth left field, and Ramos makes the catch as the Diamondbacks are down to their final out. Marte 3 for 4. He's got 3 singles as Beck's first one is a check swing. Cattell could not hold. 0-1 the count. Again, the second game of the series comes your way. Same time, same place tomorrow. 6:45, first pitch. Luke Lipinski with the pregame show at 6. As there's a swing and a jam shot, two-hopper to second, backhanded by Cost, throw to first in time. That's your ball game. The Giants' offense paired with the Diamondbacks' mistakes once again leads to a 5-run sixth. The D-backs could not overcome, and they lose the opener by a final score of 11-5. Coley and I will wrap it up right after this on the Morgan & Morgan D-backs Radio Network.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Meet Aaron Judge. Aaron is the captain of the New York Yankees. What a great leader. He's won MVP 2 times. He's also
the most dangerous man on the planet with a bat in his hands.
Aaron signs every autograph
and tattoos every baseball.
Aaron foots the bill.
They rob you blind.
Aaron's a good guy, the best.
Unless you're a picture.
D-backs and Giants neck and neck in the wild card standings, and both teams have been playing really well. And you look at those first 3 innings, and it felt like a really even, almost boxing match. Both guys coming out, throwing some haymakers, landing some punches, and we really weren't quite sure who was going to come out with the victory after those first 3-4 innings.
Not at all. It was after the first inning, I thought we were going to have a pitcher's duel. Both guys came out throwing strikes, got some easy outs, and then it unraveled first for the Giants, a big error, and that was the theme of today's game, errors. The D-backs were able to cash in 3 runs in that second, got off to a great start. You're all right, here we go, here's the offense again. And you're right, counterpunch with a 2-run homer in the second to get to 3-2. Then the D-backs score again. All of a sudden, another 2-run homer. It's square up, and all right, now we got a 5-inning game. Let's see what happens.
Big decision came first by the Diamondbacks. Nabil Krismat gave up a couple of 2-run homers, 4 runs in 4 innings. He'd only thrown a total of 50 pitches, but Torey Lovullo decides to go to his bullpen. And look, you look at the 5th inning, and it seemed like a pretty good decision. 2-out single by Adames, but then the lefty Dominic Smith comes up. But then the 6th inning came around, and it's the start to the inning that set the tone. Ground ball by Chapman. Perdomo, kind of an awkward running throw. It's an error by him. It gets past Vargas. Garcia does no favors for himself. Next batter by walking the pinch hitter Luis Matos. And then you'd see single, double given up by DeSclafani after a pitching change. And then the launch of the game inspired by Honeywell was the 3-run homer by Elliot Ramos in the 5-run 6th.
That's the difference. And to follow up 2-run double, 2-run homer, and that kind of put it out of reach. So the D-backs did what they could. You thought maybe they'd get going. Gabby hits a home run. They get a hit to start the 9th. They had a hit in the 7th as well, but they couldn't mount a rally. It was just single hits in those last 3 innings. And the Giants did what the D-backs usually do. When they get a big lead, they keep adding to it. And anytime the D-backs try to get closer, the Giants push the lead even further.
Giants going to this one at their ace on the mound in Logan Webb. Regardless of his individual results, the Giants pick up a win. You're looking at tomorrow now. Diamondbacks going to have Zach Gallen going. Been magnificent. One of the best pitchers since the trade deadline. Certainly looking like the Gallen of old. And to say that this is the biggest game of the year so far would be an understatement. D-backs cannot afford to lose tomorrow and have to fend off a sweep come Wednesday afternoon.
Not at all. And tomorrow should face off as a pitching matchup. Robbie Ray, the last time these two teams met here, was incredible. I mean, they're going to have their work cut out for him. He knows this team. They know him, just like this team knows Zach. There's a lot of familiarity. So we'll see which counterpunch gets thrown tomorrow. The D-backs.
That's Gus Judge. His owner is Aaron Judge, captain of the Yankees. His dog park is Yankee Stadium. Ooh, I bowl in that grass for days. Betty gets to fetch those dingers. I'm sure Aaron chases him like that around the house. Aaron's also the nicest human ever. Just not to baseballs. My human, he eats shredded cheese by the handful. I hope Gus knows just how good he's got it.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started cooking with her. So we decided, to do the business. So we went to figure out what we're going to call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother. So that's what Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people. And this is what barbecuing is all about. And this is why we love it.
That took to get ready.
It's really not fun facing a guy with that kind of stuff. I'll just tell you that.
Presented without comment.
It's a raft. It's got an outboard motor. It's got a little barbecue, and it's got a hot tub. Look at that. I mean, come on. American ingenuity. That is living. What else can go wrong here?
Where are the Angels in the outfield? They're everywhere.
Giants 11 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors. And the Giants left 3 men on base. Winning pitchers Logan Webb. His record is 14-9. The loss goes to Brandon Garcia. It's his first career loss. His record is 0-1. There was no save in the ball game tonight. Time of the game, a quick one. 2 hours, 20 minutes. And it was played in front of an audience of 26,699 at Oracle Park. Well, that's going to do for our coverage of the opener between the Diamondbacks and the Giants. For Josh Colmenter, for Leo Gilmartin, our producer-engineer, and Ali Narini, our technical director. I'm Chris Garagiola saying, as always, thanks so much for tuning in to Diamondback Baseball. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and we look forward to talking to you again from San Francisco tomorrow evening. Take care.
Arizona Diamondbacks Baseball, presented by Talking Stick Resort, Life Well Played, Avnet, delivering what's next in technology every time we take the field. Fries with Boost by Fries VIP. Win game day with free grocery delivery, 2 times fuel points and more. Visit friesfood.com/boost today. The Diamondbacks Radio Network is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan.
Every day, savings, energy efficiency, rebates. Every day at APS, you have ways to save energy and money. We know how important it is to keep your bill as low as possible. That's why we offer programs to help you manage your energy use. Schedule a home energy for savings recommendations tailored to your home. Find rebates on smart thermostats. Compare your rate plan options and switch to the plan that would have saved you the most money. Find ways to save at aps.com/brighter.
Avnet is your hometown partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. We are a global technology distributor and solutions provider headquartered right here in the Valley. We help businesses all over the world source the right technology components and manage the logistics to get their products to market. The components we distribute are likely in the products you use and depend on every day, from your car to your household appliances. Avnet, delivering what's next in technology distribution. Visit avnet.com to learn more.
With the Caesar Sportsbook app, you can bet while all the Diamondbacks action is in full swing. Parlay your favorite player props, home run hitters, and more with same-game parlays. Or select from today's pre-built parlays with quick picks. Plus, bet every inning live in the app. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Caesars Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Hi, fans. This is Dave Pash, sports broadcaster, journalist, and longtime Arizona resident. Dignity Health knows the importance of a healthy, active lifestyle. We want to get you back on your feet quickly so you can return to play, whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite athlete. If you're ready to feel the glory, not the pain, find a provider and schedule an appointment today at dignityhealth.org/AZortho. Dignity Health, a proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Diamond Talk, Arizona Diamondbacks Baseball, presented by Talking Stick Resort, Life Well Played. Avnet, your hometown partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Fry's. Hey, D-backs fans, score big game day meals at Fry's with savings beyond low prices, including digital coupons worth over $600 each week. Fry's, fresh for everyone. The Diamondbacks Radio Network is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Recapping today's D-backs game, this is Diamond Talk.
As there's a swing and a jam shot, two-hopper to second, backhanded by Koss, throw to first in time. That's your ball game. The Giants' offense paired with the Diamondbacks' mistakes once again leads to a 5-run sixth. The D-backs could not overcome, and they lose the opener by a final score of 11-5.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the final. Luke Lipinski here with you. D-backs fall to the Giants by that final of 11-5 in a game that was all tied up, 4-4 going into the sixth. But the sixth inning is where things really unraveled for the Diamondbacks. So they dropped the opener of this series to the San Francisco Giants. They fall one game below 500. I thought Chris Garagiola summed it up pretty well in the broadcast. They don't have to go undefeated. They can lose the occasional game, but they cannot have any more losing weeks. They've been playing really good lately. They haven't lost many series lately. They've won 8 of their last 11 series, and they also split one of those other 3 with Milwaukee. They've played some good teams. They have clawed their way back into this playoff race. And if you haven't been paying close attention, maybe you didn't totally realize that. Tonight was a missed opportunity because the teams around them lost, with the exception of San Francisco. St. Louis lost to the Mariners 4-2. The Mets, most importantly, lost to Philadelphia 1-0. That game was ending right as this game was getting ready to start. So the Diamondbacks don't lose ground in terms of trying to catch the team that is leading for that final wild card spot. But they do lose ground to San Francisco, obviously, who came in a half game ahead of the D-backs, and now the Giants are a game and a half. And Cincinnati is still playing. They're in the top of the 10th against San Diego. Again, the main team you're paying attention to, well, that's the D-backs. The second main team you're paying attention to is the Mets, because that's who you're trying to run down. So that deficit didn't grow today. The problem is you don't have a ton of games left, and San Francisco did move up, but St. Louis did not, and Cincinnati may not as well. Ultimately, probably more than anything, a missed opportunity for the D-backs. They are now 4-4 against